What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Blowfish Breakdown. We're here today talking with Duncan Howard, a sophomore right-handed pitcher out of Presbyterian, but up an hour northwest of Lexington out in Clinton. Duncan, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Can't wait to get the chance to talk to you. So first things first, talk about what's going on for the Blue Hose in 2022.
So everything's looking good for the returning Big South champs. We returned a lot of guys, didn't really graduate a ton of guys, and brought in some good transfers to hopefully get us back on top of the conference.
Yeah, I mean, y'all went out and really did the thing last year. I know that kind of puts a target on you guys back because that's a conference that traditionally can play pretty wide open. You think there's any additional pressure this year?
No, there's no pressure. The only pressure would be is the one pressure that we put on ourselves. I mean, we just go out and play ball the way that we know we can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of guys, like in their freshman year, they either struggle or they don't even get the chance to struggle because they don't see the field a lot. But you got what was like 12 appearances, 11 starts. You played a pretty big role for that team that was a pretty successful team, too. So what was that kind of experience like as a freshman?
It was pretty surreal, honestly. I mean, I didn't really have the greatest fall in the world of my freshman year, but then, I mean, I worked over winter break. We had I think a 10-week winter break because of COVID. And my coaches gave me some homework to do over that break. And did my best to do everything they sent me home with. And I came back and I essentially won my starting job in January going into the season. So yeah, it was pretty surreal to whenever my coach came up to me and was like, "Hey, you're going to be starting this weekend against Auburn," which was our first series. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, I mean, yeah, y'all definitely saw some big names early, but your first four starts of your career were pretty dominant. Do you think that was just a product of everything you put in over the winter, or was there something specific about rising to the occasion when you see Auburn on the schedule or something like that?
I don't really think rising to the occasion is the thing. I mean, I just looked at it like it was any other game. Like I was roommates with one of the other freshman starters too, and we were both kind of saying the same thing. It was like it's just another baseball game. We might be at Auburn, which is a Power 5 team, and they were top 25 at the time, but like it's not a big deal. I mean, it's just like any game that we played in high school or in summer ball or anything like that. So I could just go out and do our thing, do what we know what we're capable of doing.
Yeah. And we definitely look forward to having you bring that mentality out to Lexington County. But what was it like that drew you to Presbyterian in the first place? North Carolina kid coming across the border and down here.
I was willing to go probably within about 5 hours of my home, which is Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So it's 3 hours. It's not really that bad. And then what was most attractive to me was the coaching staff. They were probably the most honest coaching staff that I'd been through talking to in my recruiting process. And even today, like I'm in my fourth semester of college now. And I mean, they're still sticking to everything that they told me whenever they originally recruited me. So that was definitely the highlight of my recruiting process.
Yeah, when you get that kind of honesty, it's tough to replicate for sure. Do you have any like previous summer ball experience? What were you doing last summer?
Last summer, I went and trained down at Inspiration Academy in Bradenton, Florida. I wasn't really a big part of their league. I think they played in the Florida Gulf Coast League, which is not a very well-known league. It was kind of small, but I was mostly going down there to train, to lift, and to work with the professional coaches that they have there to improve my individual skills.
You think it paid off? Like, what was the focus if you were, or were you just trying to get as well rounded as possible?
It was get stronger and then mechanically, like work with the coaches and clean up my mechanics a little bit because I had a couple things I needed to work on that my coach sent me back home with more homework on. So it was just clean up my mechanics, get video on me, work on my metrics and everything on Rapsodo and all that. So yeah, it was just clean up my mechanics individually and kind of, I guess, groom myself to be a better player.
Yeah, and getting in the weight room seems to have been a bit of a focus of yours because it looks like if you believe going from the perfect game profile to what you got now, you've added like 30, 40 pounds of good weight in the last couple of years. Like, has that been an intentional thing? Were you trying to get bigger? You knew that had to be a project?
Yeah, that was a pretty big focus of mine. After I committed to PC think it was between my junior and senior year, the summer before my senior year. It was pretty much a focus. I think I was like 175 at the time that I committed, and then I was like, I really need to start getting stronger because I don't want to come in and be like weak with all the college guys that I'll be with. And so, I mean, I really focused in the weight room. I talked with my coaches and got some weightlifting programs from them. And I basically just grinded on those until I got to school. And then I've kind of been doing that ever since. And going down to Florida was big with that too. They were very big on the weight room. So it was that was a really good experience for me. And yeah, the weight room is it's a very big part of my game.
What kind of pitcher would you say you are? Like, are you more overpower with the fastball, go wipe out slider? Like, what can people expect to see when you're on the mound?
I wouldn't really say I'm a power pitcher. I mean, I've run it up to 92, 93 before, but I'm mostly like in the upper 80s. So, I mean, I just kind of location is the big thing for me. I mean, I'm not going to come in and strike out 15 guys every time I go out there. So it's location of every pitch that you throw, got to command all 3 pitches or 4 pitches, however many you got, and just get people out.
Yeah, for sure. And in a ballpark like Lexington, where the corners can play a little small, but it's a wood bat league, you can be able to pitch to contact a little bit and still find that success. You don't have to blow everybody away, even though you've got some of these like ACC, SEC guys that have that power, you know?
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the dimensions of the field or anything. It kind of plays small to the corners at PC too. So it's like and we're using metal bats in college too. So it's like, I mean, just pitching to contact, doing your thing. Don't change anything just because of the dimensions of the field. Just pitch the way you know how.
Absolutely. So how is it that we got you down here for the Blowfish in 22? What brought you to Lexington County?
I was just talking to my coaches about different leagues that I could be playing in over the summer. And I really don't have a whole lot of experience, or not really experience, but like knowledge, I guess, of many leagues that are around here. So I just kind of listened to my coaches and whatever they recommended for me. And I guess they just had a connection to Lexington. So they hooked me up with the coaches there, and I signed the contract, signed all the paperwork, and got down there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we're super excited that you did. Pivoting off the field a little bit, just kind of get to know who you are. Like, what are your interests when you're not on the mound or in the weight room?
I mean, just kind of relaxing, hanging out with my teammates, watching movies, TV shows, binge watching Netflix. Not really a big active guy off the field. I mean, most of my efforts are, I mean, in school and then on the baseball field. Then whenever I'm not doing one of those, I'm just trying to relax and have some of my own time.
What's your favorite TV show? What you've been binging?
I watch a lot of ESPN, and then for a regular like Netflix kind of show, I mean, I watch Family Guy.
Nice. Classic. Absolutely. What's your major or any kind of career plans you got? And I know you're only a sophomore, but do you have any type of idea with that?
I haven't declared my major yet, but I plan on business management with minor in athletic coaching, and that's somewhat of the career that I want to go into eventually.
You thinking more like college coach, high school, set up a facility like Tread is or something? What?
Preferably probably college coach. I mean, I wouldn't mind, honestly, all 3 of those sound great to me, but I mean, probably college coach would probably be where I'd want to be.
I got you. So since you want to spend your career around the ballpark, what's your favorite ballpark food? What's your go-to pregame or in the stands, whatever?
Probably go chicken tenders,
Classic.
hot dogs,
Day games or night games?
night games.
Is it being under the light? Is it that it's a little cooler? What is it?
Yeah, it's being under the lights. It's kind of something you always dream of as a kid. I mean, your goal is mostly to be in the pros, but I mean, it's just something about even whenever you're on varsity in high school or playing that late night game in travel ball or in college playing that Friday night game is like, it's just something about that. Like the air is just different.
Well, that's lucky for you, man. Everything we got is going to be night games, 7 o'clock kickoff under the lights with the fans out there. And just to wrap it up, is there anything you want to say directly to those fans? Let them know what they're going to get out of you here in the next couple months.
You're getting a hard worker. You're going to get everything you got out of me every time I step on the mound. I'm going to be a great teammate, and hopefully we can get a CPL title.
Absolutely. Well, everybody down here is really looking forward to getting you out. So we just want to wish you the best of luck this spring. I know y'all are kicking off in a couple of weeks, and we can't wait to have you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you tune in next time on the Blowfish.